Bethany family, Chef Joe, Abundant Harvest Catering and the Harvest Cafe at Bethany Baptist Church in Lindenwold, New Jersey. How's everybody doing? I'm back to do another cooking demo for you. Hope you guys enjoy this one. It's a little more involved, but I think you're gonna enjoy it. I hope you're a scallop lover. I hope you're a short rib beef lover, because we're gonna do all these things and then kick it up a little bit with some polenta. So the dish I'm gonna do for you today is a pan-seared scallops served over polenta with a barbecue short rib pulled meat. I like to call it an update version of surf and turf. All right? Very easy dish, but it takes a little time. So stay with me. I'll try to do it as fast as I can, but as slow as I can so you understand. Got that? All right. So what we have here is some short rib beef meat. This is gonna take the longest to cook. All right? So you just wanna season it. And if you're gonna do short rib at home, this is a great dish to do without anything else. Just do it nice and seasoned, slow cook it till it's nice and fork tender. So we're gonna season it with salt, black pepper, and a little bit of granulated garlic. And of course, if you season it on one side, you wanna season it on the other. These are a thin cut short rib meat. In some cases, they call it flacken. All right, same thing on the other side. Black pepper, granulated garlic. You want to get a pan nice and hot, because what we want to do is we want to sear this meat on each side so that the juices stay inside, so that all the fat and everything cooks into the meat and keeps it nice and tender. All right? So a little bit of oil in the pan, not too much. While the pan's getting hot, earlier today, I cut up some mirepoix, which is just carrots, celery, and onion. I cut it a little bit bigger because the length of time that this beef is gonna cook in there, all right? So you don't want that, if you cut it too small, it cooks out too fast. So basically what I would do if I was doing this just short rib meat at home, I would pan sear this, roast it, put it in here. I'd actually put some potatoes in there, all right? Makes a nice wintertime meal. All right. Once I get this going, we're going to be doing multiple things, so stay with me. Pan should be hot enough. Want to get that little bit of sizzle going on. Now, I'm gonna sear these on both sides. I'm gonna put some beef stock in there, all right? Put them in this pan, cover it up. We're gonna cook them in the oven for about 2 hours. I've already done some earlier, so I'll show you a little bit later, but that's how you're gonna make that nice and tender. So while that's working, we're gonna make polenta. Now, polenta is the yellow part of the corn. So you have grits, which is the white part of the corn. Polenta is the yellow part. I'll tell you a little bit of story about grits and polenta. So our ancestors back in the day, when they were working the fields, they would be milling corn and the white part would fall off. That's the grit. They would carry a little sack and then they would harvest those grits. And when they got a certain amount of grits, they would keep them and make a meal out of them. The slave owners thought that was garbage. But the Africans knew that they were meals, and they made meals out of them. So they would harvest all that white part, make grits out of them. When they started cooking in the house, they started enjoying it and making it for the house. That's where grits came from. Cornmeal, polenta is the yellow part. It's just refined down, all right? A lot of Italian dishes will do polenta. Let's check our meat. Starting to brown up like that. That's what you want. Some nice color on there. All right. So when you're cooking polenta, it's 4 parts water or chicken stock. I'm using water. 1 cup of polenta. 4 to 1. 4 to 1. All right. Got to remember that. It takes time. I have a pot here. I'm gonna start boiling this water. I like to just use half the amount or 3/4 of the amount of water to start with. I'm gonna bring it up. And we're gonna put a little bit of butter in there. Let's get our short rib in the oven. Nice and brown all over. Right on top of the mirepoix. I like to deglaze my pan just a little bit, get some of that juice off of there. Pour it right over. Now I have here bay leaf, peppercorn, and thyme. All right, goes right in. You want to put enough beef stock in here to just cover it. See that? All right. Want to cover it? Put it in the oven on 350 for about 2 hours. These are pretty small, so it might take about 1.5 hours. They should come fork tender. Fork tender means you put the fork in there and it just pulls apart like butter. Like butter. All right. So we want to bring our water up to a boil for our polenta. We want to put a pinch of salt, a little bit of black pepper. I like black pepper in mine. Now you can actually eat polenta just as it is, but it's generally served with some type of protein on top of it. Sometimes I'll do it with shrimp, sometimes I'll do it with chicken, pork, whatever. Gonna come up to a boil. Polenta. Little at a time. Now the trick is to keep an eye on it, stirring it. And it's gonna cook down and get thicker. If I get the camera on this, you can see it's already starting to thicken up. See how it's already starting to thicken up? Cooks up very fast. You have to bring the temperature down and let it just simmer. Because this polenta is so thin or fine, it cooks up a lot faster. You find some polenta that's very grainy, almost looks like grits, but it's yellow. I want you to see where it went. See that? Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add the rest of the water to it. Then we have some grated Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. We're gonna add to the polenta. It's about a cup. I'm gonna have it on a low flame right now. It's gonna get nice and creamy. At that stage, I just like to cover it up. So we'll take the old trusty saute pan that fits perfect on top of there and cover it up, right? Turn that flame down just a little bit. All right. So my short rib meat, when you're finished with your short rib and it's cooked up, let me show you how tender it's gonna be. See how it's pulling right apart? I don't know if the camera can get on that. See that? That's what you want. That's like Woo! Fork tender. All right, so we'll let that rest. Get the pan hot for my scallops. Now we're gonna serve with these mushroom chips. You're probably saying mushroom chips, what's that? We're gonna take mushrooms and turn them into chips. Very simple process. I have my little trusty mandolin here. I have it on slice. You're gonna slice some real mushrooms, regular button mushrooms. You can use trumpet mushrooms. You can use shiitake mushrooms. I like button mushrooms. Nice and thin. These taste almost like bacon when you get done with it, believe it or not. So you got your mushroom chips right there, right? Check our polenta. See how that's nice and smooth? We're gonna adjust the salt once it's done because there's sodium in that cheese. Got a little bit of saltiness to it, so we wanna wait. At that stage, we're gonna turn the polenta off and just let it rest. All right, back to our chips. So you're gonna season these up with kosher salt, black pepper, and I have avocado oil. Why am I using avocado oil? Avocado oil has a very high heat point. It's about 400 degrees it can hold in heat. Probably one of the best oils you can use if you wanna fry something, saute something, grill something, avocado oil, all right? And what we're gonna do is sprinkle it on these. Coat them real nice. And pop them in the oven on 300 degrees. It's probably gonna take about a half hour, 45 minutes. All right, I already have some done. All right. We got a lot of things going on here. Let's move our short rib meat over to here. So these are our scallops. These are U13 scallops, okay? Dry scallops. When you get scallops, there's a little membrane on the side here. You want to pull that off. That's where the muscle was attached. See that right there? I like to season them with a little bit of salt, pepper, and we're going to put a little bit of oil on them. Coat them over. If you've never had scallops before, you should try them. Some people are afraid to try them. But these are great. They're sweet. So my pan's nice and hot. The idea is to sear them and get a little bit of color on each side. All right, you don't want to overcook them because if you overcook scallops, they taste like rubber bands. If you ever had a rubber band before. Nice and hot. You want to get nice color on them. See that color? You notice I didn't put any oil in the pan? I'm going to put a little drop because you don't want to fry them. All right, you want to sear them. Nice color on them. See that color? That's a great sear right there. Once the scallops are finished up, we're going to then go back to our beef. Just to let you know a little bit about the Harvest Cafe, we're open Wednesday and Friday from 11 to 7, Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 3. You can place your orders up until 45 minutes before we close on either day. All right, we make everything to order. The menu changes regularly. Go online, go down the bottom of Bethany Baptist website. Down the bottom it says Harvest Cafe Curbside. Click on that. It takes you right into our menu. You order what time you want it for, and we'll have it ready for you. Curbside. You don't even have to come into church. So let's see our scallops. See how nice they are right now? We're going to let them rest right in that pan. They're not even going to hit the oven. They're going to finish up right there, right in that hot pan. All right. So for our short rib meat, it's cooled down now. So what we want to do is we want to get that meat out of there. See how it's pulling apart? That's pretty much enough for what we need. I like to take 2 forks and pull it apart. I'm going to take that meat, add to the pan. I have a little barbecue sauce here. And you can use a store-bought one. It's up to you. Whatever's easiest for you. I put a little bit of juice in there. Get my trusty water from back here. Because you want to thin it down just a little bit with a little bit of water. All right? We're going to heat that up. Get another pan. And we're going to make a barbecue butter. You're probably thinking, Chef, I'm not doing all that. It's easy. Have fun doing it. Barbecue sauce, a little bit of butter, add a little bit of water to that. Want to thin it down. All right. So our mushroom chips, I'm going to show you how they're dehydrating now. See how they're starting to cook? They were a little bit thicker, all right? So you will still go about another half hour with these. I'm going to show you what they look like when they're done. So I did some up earlier, and this is what they're going to come out looking like. They're nice and crunchy. It tastes like bacon. Woo! My vegetarians would love that as a snack. So we're almost there. See our barbecue butter? If you want to add a little bit of spice to it, You put a little bit of chipotle peppers in there if you like, but I like this right here. All right, so we're gonna plate it up for you guys. Watch this. So our polenta is nice and creamy. A little bit of polenta. Our scallops are beautiful. They're just nice. Take that pulled short rib meat, chop it right on top of those scallops. Then we're going to take our barbecue butter. Not too much. Take our mushroom chips. Right on top. Then I like to take I have little edible flowers. I think that's restaurant quality. There you have Surf and Turf updated version. Pan-seared scallops served over polenta with pulled short rib meat, barbecue butter, mushroom chips, and little edible flowers. Surf and Turf here. Watch this. Lord have mercy. Woo! Man, y'all don't know what y'all missed. Y'all gotta try this one out. Bethany Baptist Church, Harvest Cafe. Come in and see us. Be happy to see you.